sure to wave at the spotter spark off the left there. They're doing a nice live stream right now.
All right, we'll give them a good wave.
Fly Bravo heading, cleared for takeoff.
Bravo heading, clear for takeoff, watch your right.
Good morning, everybody, from Minneapolis, St. Paul International Airport in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota. We are delighted to welcome you to our live plane spotting show this morning from the second busiest Delta hub and the operating base of Sun Country Airlines, and from one of the best spotting locations in the country, as we are anticipating the departure of a giant today. The ANTONOV 124 will be captured on our broadcast this morning. We were here yesterday for the arrival this morning. That departure is going to be probably more spectacular. It's up to you to decide which was more spectacular, the arrival yesterday or probably the departure that we are going to catch here within the coming hour from Minneapolis, St. Paul International, with the largest jet in the world going to depart this morning for China Lake, California. And welcoming you on to our show here this morning. Delighted to meet you. My name is Alex Redding, and I'm also joined by assistant producer Logan Justice, commercial pilot, flight instructor, has been doing aviation videography for a long time. Good morning, Logan. Great to have you on the program. Super pumped to have you back.
Good morning. Great to be here. A little chilly, but you know what? It ain't snowing, so I can't really complain.
There's almost no wind either, and that makes it really a lot more tolerable.
It's really not. Yeah.
All
Sun's
things considered.
mostly out. As of right now, they're in the process of getting out of here. Crew car came and left about half an hour ago. The main door is open, not the nose door, but like the side one for just personnel. But they're getting there, and everything points to a relatively on-time departure as far as Antonovs go. It's kind of a situation of whenever the hell they want to leave.
So that is what we are at the viewing area to catch for all of you this morning. But there's a lot of other stuff, too, here. When we look at the Antonov departure this morning, that's obviously what's going to bring all the Av geeks out to the yard, right?
Yep.
Including us. But there's going to be a few more departures this morning that are also worth sticking around for on MSP Airport Live, Logan, as we take a look at our notable departures presented in part by Jet Set Shirts. No arrival board this morning. We have to wait till later in the day in order for notables to start showing up. But when we're talking about the morning rush, Logan, you cannot ignore the fact that Delta be sending multiple heavies out to far-flung destinations such as Seoul and Tokyo. We'll also have the longest domestic route departing for Honolulu, Hawaii with the A330-300 after our Antonov, as you can see our departure board there. Our Antonov 124 headed off to China Lake, California this morning. It's expected in around 40 minutes from now. The crew car, as you mentioned, Logan, to kind of start the broadcast, it's already here. It showed up earlier while we were setting up for our stream this morning.
Yep, came, dropped them off, and left just like that.
Then we got the A330-300 to Honolulu, Hawaii, in charge of Delta 312 Heavy. 171 Heavy is going to have the A350-900 to Seoul, South Korea with the Delta flagship. Can't wait for that as well. They'll be towards the back half of our program. And then Delta 121 Heavy off to Tokyo Haneda with the A330-900 Neo around 10:30 a.m. is when that is expected. So that's a quick look at our notable departures presented by our wonderful friends over at Jet Set Shirts. So, Logan, we're going to take a brief look at what the ops and the traffic flow is looking like here this morning. Similar to how it was yesterday, as we will take a look at our flow chart. So we're in what's called a mixed flow today. So we have 30 left, 30 right active. The north and south parallels busy as usual, but also departures will be on 17. So that might steal a little of the action away, but not from the Antonov.
No, I'm pretty sure they can, quote-unquote, use it, but it's a matter of the taxiways that allow them to actually get on it. I've never seen them use it a single time, not 3.5, the other end of it, but I've seen them use, well, 1 to your right, 30 left, and 2.2, actually, a long time ago. They're big enough that they're kind of limited where they can even taxi to.
Yeah, and wingspan restrictions are also a huge factor in considering where this jet can go at this airport or any airport.
Turn radius,
Yeah.
their ability to actually maneuver. You know, it's older. I would say it's like clumsy, but it kind of just lumbers around. You'll see later the way it moves. It's very, very slow, but kind of methodical though. It's not graceful. Let's put it that way. And interesting you bring up that wingspan restriction too. We're all fond of the super close taxis on Mike right here next to the viewing area. They actually can't use it for that reason. The wingspan is just too big for them to be able to use that. Same goes for the 747-8, although I have seen it once before they changed that restriction. But as far as them leaving, my bet's on 30 left with the very, very, very small chance of a runway 4 departure, but I'm guessing the winds are too light for them to really have to consider it. I don't know what they're carrying. I don't know how heavy it is. They didn't roll to the end of the runway yesterday, so, you know, they're heavy. And, you know, they're going to depart heavy, too. They got a decent flight ahead of them. Not like it's a, you know, Atlantic crossing or anything, but... yeah, I doubt runway 4. I'm leaning 30 left. Certainly not the north side, although you never know. They're not going to use 30 right, though. It's not going to happen.
But again, setting the wingspan restrictions.
Yeah. If there was a closure of 30 left, I'd imagine they'd just sit around and wait for it. As far as what we can expect this morning from them, they'll call up eventually, get their route clearance. Text clearance, get moving, probably taxi on 4. It'll be a backlit view from here, but it's close enough to where it doesn't really matter. It'll be pretty sweet. Sit, hold short of the 30 left, 12 right for a few minutes if there's any traffic in the way. Then we'll cross, make a right turn, taxi down, and go from there. So it's nice, you know, they're limited where they can go, but they're predictable in that sense, though, because of that. So.
Right down 4, ground point 9, Delta 27.
An early bird gets the worm, in this case the ANTONOV. Slowly making their way out here. A little tricky because it's a Friday, so...
Chalk plane.
Yeah, chalk. It is a chonker. It makes everything here look small. As a matter of fact, it's the biggest plane on the field by a decent margin, with the only thing wingspan-wise coming close being the 330-900.
Biggest jet in the world, too.
Stratolaunch, actually, that 6-engine one. Yeah, that one makes that thing look small, but yeah.
Biggest cargo jet in the world.
Yeah. As far as I remember, anyway, I think it's bigger than the C5. 225 was bigger. Keyword was, unfortunately.
Big keyword.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the arrival from yesterday out here at the viewing area. And what a spectacular day it was to catch the arrival, Logan, because look at the lighting. It was near clear conditions to catch it come in on 30 left.
Brief instruction by the utility box, so they floated just long enough to actually get that touchdown. Very nicely done. And they like to reduce wear and tear, so they gently brake and kind of just cruise down the runway and exit their convenience. Or in this case, Tower 1, but just really yet. It's usually how it goes with these.
Strutting their stuff for the spotters that were
coast right on
packing this place full.
Take their time.
American 2953, fly runway heading runway 17.
Yeah, so we're going to continue to show this moment. We've got the taxi footage as well.
Antonov Bureau
Nice big long replay.
all the way down to the end of the runway.
Absolutely.
Turn right
Nice
at
big
Alpha
long
10,
replay
turn
here
right
to
on
kick off
Alpha,
our
and
show.
remain my frequency.
Out to the end, and then right to...
First time that I've ever seen a jet that large as the Antonov 124, let alone the Antonov as well.
39
I was blown away that you hadn't seen it. I totally forgot. But, like, we haven't had one in a long time, so I guess it's just really come up as a talking point. Yeah,
Daniel Swanson, one of our regular viewers, he was talking to me after our broadcast last night, had a great discussion with him, and he caught the last departure from MSP here under overcast conditions. I believe that was a morning departure as well. It actually took off on 30 left. If we're going to get a little bit into the facts of the whole situation with our Antonov.
What'd you think about seeing it for the first time?
4071 Minneapolis.
Incredible. Such a remarkable machine. And the nice long taxi, too.
Yeah.
The nice taxi on runway 422, as you can currently see it right
Charlie,
there.
actually.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, I don't know
Beg
why
your
they
pardon?
didn't use 4. They usually do.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that they were going to use 4. And then, of course, this isn't MSP without Sun Country getting into somebody's shot somewhere where it doesn't belong.
They tried doing
But I don't know, maybe it
shots right
doesn't.
after that. The jet blast and the heat distortion totally ruined them.
That was a fun shot, though. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah, I tried
peak
to make the most of
MSP
it.
is what that was. I love that. I love that shot.
He's like, no, look at me. It's like, yeah. Here's the Antonov. I want to look at that.
The 1880 Minneapolis ground, hold the push, I'll get right back to you.
That is 420 heavy, turn right, heading 190, contact departure. 28 Minneapolis Tower at Mike Cross, my 30 left, turn right on Whiskey.
At Mike Cross, 30 left, and right on Whiskey.
Sun Country 531, cautionary turbulence, flying heading, runway 17, clear for takeoff, wind variable at 3.
I think it's about time to get a shot on this thing. It's sitting over there. She's almost ready to go.
You know what? I can't agree more. Usually like to open on MSP Tower. Also just because we got the scanner in the background trying to match the
1880
the audio to the visual.
push on the Bravo taxiway is approved on the 12 right path.
So if you're just joining us, if you're new here to MSP Airport Spotting, welcome.
73 Toby at Delta.
Delta to the gate, 33.
Got a Delta 737 now joining taxiway Whiskey outbound for departure on runway 17. This is 737-900ER variant.
Country 1675. Would you rather have runway 17? Yeah, that works. Let's do that. Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, let's get eyes on the star of the show.
Turn right, heading 220, contact
I want to see
departure
it.
today.
Go all the way around because they are parked at the Humphrey remote pad. Another Sun Country photobomb.
Well, we are by Terminal 2.
The camera wants to focus on the fence.
All right.
You can see it just barely at the bottom of their frame. It's like, no, we got a nice sharp fence. Antonov, blur.
Come on, camera.
Do I hate it when that happens? The one that I use nowadays for all my filming usually doesn't latch onto it, but every once in a while, if it's like hazy or like raining or snowing or anything, it's like, oh, look at that. That's nice and sharp. Let me lock onto that. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Check that out.
That's how good the autofocus is in our camera. One of our audience members as well brought up the fact that the Antonov 12 from Kavak was a visitor a few times a year, in addition to the big Antonov 124.
2491. Ground Delta 2491, we're off on Charlie for Delta 5. And we'll
2491 Minneapolis ground, taxi via Charlie, hold short of
Hey, Bob says good morning from Duluth, Georgia. Good morning from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Thank you so much for tuning in.
That's 3143 Minneapolis. Can have you airborne at 53, so if you can have your engines running for that, that'd be great.
And again, I want to thank all of our live viewers for tuning in this morning. Mike 7896 says good morning from ATW. It's down in Texas.
Oh, here we go. They're calling on. Yeah, they're just calling on for the first time on metering.
Country 1675, runway 17, taxi via Zulu Kilo.
93 heavy is cleared to Kilo, November, India Delta Airport via the Liney 6 departure, Liney transition, then as filed. Climb via the SID, except maintain 7,000. Departure frequency 125.75, squawk 529, squawk 3677.
We should get the reply. It usually comes through. It could be on ground though, actually. Hang on.
That's 4296 minutes.
No, maybe not. Well, we got that though. That's really cool. I always like hearing the route clearances.
That's 3835, turn on, kind of ground point 8.
I'm gonna step off mic here for just a second.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our Antonov 124 about to depart Minneapolis-St. Paul, getting its instruction for its departure to China Lake, California. That's where it's headed out this morning.
Regular 1675, change your departure frequency to 124.7. Fly runway heading runway 17, close to takeoff. Wind 3603. Delta 2221, roll up to runway 4, right turn on runway 4 and cut.
Mike 7896, thanks for the correction. ATW is Appleton. You're absolutely correct. I got it confused with AFW. My apologies. So Mike 7896, checking in from Appleton, Wisconsin.
Ground 2221 exiting on runway 4.
Eric Paul, good morning to you, one of our founding members here at MSP Airport Live. Hopefully we'll get him in the summer at some point. Good morning, gentlemen. So jealous. Happy spotting the Antonov. Glad you could tune in and watch live with us, Eric. We wish you were here.
Delta 1880, wait for the 73 officer exiting the pass. Runway 1 to right, the ice pad, next via Bravo, cross runway 22. Be back, sir, thanks. Delta 2221, monitor ground 20.
18 Delta 2221. Ready, scan.
So 1675, turn right heading 190, contact departure, have a good one.
Delta 2212, runway 1 to right.
Mr. Phil says, howdy everyone from South Carolina. Thank you for tuning in, Phil. Great to see you this morning. Nancy checking in saying, good morning from southeast Minnesota. Well, good morning to you, Nancy.
American 3143, you can follow 73 coming up on your right side here in a minute or a couple minutes.
The 1925, you'll follow 73 coming up on the right side. 6.7, have a good day, Delta 1925.
Yes, that's the one he was using.
Citizen Towel, thank you so much for checking in to our live broadcast this morning of the Antonov 124 departure. Didn't know I needed a beautiful Ukrainian AN-124 this morning. Thank you for the stream. You are very welcome. Aviation LAA, what's up, buddy? Aviation LAA says, good morning from FAR.
Just 3691, Minneapolis, start to 5 mile funnel, 13604, runway 30 left, go to land, travel hold in position. Just 4296, turn left, contact ground plane.
I see. Tail line fence.
Ground, this is Endeavor 4989, Top 7, 12 right, the ice pad ready to taxi.
There's 4989, flight 17, taxi Alpha Alpha 10, short runway 30 left.
Taxi to...
Here we go. Our Antonov 124 starting up for Cali.
Full short of route.
Outbound to China Lake. Folks, we encourage you to share this broadcast of MSP Airport Live with an AvGeek friend that you might know or somebody who loves aviation. To tune in now, our departure is going to be happening here within minutes. De-icing is also in effect this morning because the temperature is below freezing. With 25 degrees Fahrenheit, the temperature right now out at MSP, -4 Celsius. And Logan, Justice, and I, we were just kind of discussing the possibility of them coming over here to get de-iced. Wouldn't that be something? The Antonov 124 getting de-iced across from us on the 12 right de-ice pad. How crazy would that be to get that on our air live?
4816 Minneapolis Tower, traffic 5 mile funnel, travel hold position 13604, runway 30 left, go to land. Delta 1925 Minneapolis Tower, is you ready to go? Runway 30 left, bottom way, traffic 74 mile funnel.
Bloke Tweener says, sunrise shout out from Shoreview. Thank you for tuning in this morning.
126.7, good day for Endeavor 4989.
Good morning, Seth. Thank you for tuning in. Seth says, good morning from Minneapolis. I drove to see this from T2 Purple Ramp after seeing your stream yesterday. Great views. Absolutely. Especially in the morning.
Number 1920.
Level 6 Purple Ramp in the corner is a excellent spot to grab stuff on the north-south runway in the morning. So our Antonov 124 this morning is going to China Lake, California.
With 1193 maps ground, thank you, Alpha Delta Papa. Delta Papa, 1193. Go 3691, turn right at Charlie or runway 4, contact ground for an enter. 4989 Minneapolis Tower, Delta 10, cross runway 30 left, turn around whiskey, no right cross, traffic just beside us in Mount Funnel.
Stop at Delta 10, 4989.
Delta 4251 Minneapolis Tower, traffic 4 Mount Funnel, wind 3604, runway 30 right, go to land.
1920, monitor tower now 123.67, 23.67.
Still waiting on the largest cargo jet in the world, currently in frame, to make its way over to our side of the airport here for expectedly a 30 left departure. The Antonov 124 is online and departing to China Lake, California this morning. I want to give a big welcome to those of you who are just joining us for our live plane spotting broadcast from MSP International. We caught the arrival yesterday, and in spectacular early March conditions out here, the lighting could not have been better. And we are even more stoked to bring you the departure this morning.
1920, cross runway 22. Airport 816, turn right, kept down for runner. Delta 2791, min abstract, I'm short final 13604, and 30 left, settling.
Airport 816 maps ground, taxi Delta Papa, with the gate. Delta Papa. Airport 816, monitor ground 20.
Team YouTube says good morning from Coon Rapids, Minnesota. That's way up in the North Metro. Well, good morning. Glad you could tune in. Good morning, Carol. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Hello, everyone, says Carol. Mary Wiley says, hello from ICT. Well, good morning from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Friday morning.
Taxi runway 17 via Tango, Yankee, Kilo, UPS 2557.
20.
1712 maps ground, push through.
1712, push through.
One of our awesome YouTube members, Elias Lund, saying good morning from Duluth, Minnesota. Good morning, Elias. Hope your Friday morning's off to a great start. Ours is so far.
American 3143, so keep it rolling for me. Flying heading north 30 left, so take that.
So the reason our Antonov 124 is here is that it is dropping off Airbus A220 engines.
4913, Minneapolis ground.
And it will be departing to China Lake, California this morning after dropping off those A220 engines to Delta Tech Ops here in Minneapolis.
There were 4989, turn right, heading 190, contact support, good day.
GPS 5557 heavy, monitor tower 12367, that comes sequence.
Alright, monitor 1367, have a good morning, UPS 557 heavy.
Antonov 05293 heavy, on a 30 left, proceed via Charlie Sierra, on the runway, short runway, 30 left.
920, flying around heading, runway 17, so take us.
Runway 0, hold short before runway 30 left. Antonov 593.
Yeah, there we go. Aviation LAA, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Just wondering which runway the dry holer is going to. Good question. Probably runway 17, if I am to guess, because they usually fly empty out of here in the morning, those MD-11s.
2656, minute start off 10, cross from my 30 left, turn right on whiskey, your 6 will be UPS. 12 right.
All right, here we go. Our Antonov is now on the move.
19 or 3 right, bottom weight, traffic 4.5 miles per hour.
2791 maps ground, taxi Delta, Quebec, and monitor ground 20.
Delta, Quebec. Ground Delta 1880, 12 right, yards past, complete, ready to taxi.
1880, runway 17, taxi Alpha Alpha 10, hold short, runway 30 left.
Alpha Alpha 10, hold short, 30 left, Delta 1880.
Ready, 1712, ready to taxi, positive.
On my heading on my 30 right, flip takeoff.
79 ground, you with me by chance?
920, flighting 190, contact the port, beginning.
1712, positive, yes.
1712, runway 12 right, the ice pad, taxi at Charlie 5, Charlie Bravo, trust runway 22.
Charlie 5, Charlie Bravo, positive to United,
Delta 1880, Connor Tower, 126.7, good day.
167, Delta 1880.
Southwest 1747, may I have push cones, push approved.
Okay, push through for Southwest 1747.
Reposition my step ladder here real quick to make it easier for me to get the taxi.
49 minutes after control runway 3604, 30 right, for the line.
Uses Charlie 5, taxi Charlie 6 to the gate.
Good day.
1712, affirmative, on Bravo, cross runway 22, traffic wait.
04, runway 30 right, for the land.
Antonov 5293, approaching runway 04.
Antonov 5293, roger that, runway 4 is closed.
Copy 4 closed, and we should use it as taxi. Confirm.
Affirmative, Antonov 5293 heavy, Sierra on to runway 4, hold short runway 30 left.
Rapid Sierra on runway 04 and hold short before 30 left. Antonov 5293.
Delta 1880, Minneapolis Tower, Delta 10, cross runway 30 left, and run on whiskey.
I cross 30 left, run on whiskey Delta 1880.
Busiest 5557, heavy fire heading number 17, so takeoff on 3604. 2656, turn 17, line up white, caution turbulence.
Ground Delta 2212, DI complete, ready.
Delta 2212, runway 17, taxi at Alpha Alpha 10, hold short.
Look at all the spotters getting out of that mound of snow to get a glimpse of the Antonov 124 Ruslan. This giant is coming our way.
Morning, American 1961, 712, break the ice pad, where to go?
American 1961, runway 17, taxi at Alpha Alpha 10, hold short runway 30 left.
Alpha, Alpha 10, short of 30 left, for 17 right, for 17 for American 1961.
Delta 2212, Connor Tower, 126.7.
126.7, Delta 2212.
American 1961, Connor Tower, 126.7.
227, Ground Southwest 1747, with Zulu ready taxi, positive yes.
The ice pad via Charlie 2, Charlie, spot 11.
Okay, Charlie 2, Charlie, spot 11, Southwest 1747.
Delta 2656, flying heading number 17, clear for takeoff, wind 3604. So 1880, Minneapolis Tower, number 17, line up wind.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Was that United asking for the de-ice frequency? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, sorry about that. 91712,
At 1712, once you rate the ice pad for IDS is 131.675, 31675.
31675.
Antonov, Bureau, 5293, cross runway 30 left, traffic's the 3 mile final, right turn on taxiway Alpha.
Clear to cross runway 30 left, then right turn on Alpha, Antonov 5293.
Cross runway 30 left, and run on whiskey, 3 mile final.
Delta 2212, cross 30 left, turn right on whiskey.
Well, 1880, on heading runway 17, so take us.
Affirmative, pump for remote pad, Southwest 1747. So left turn at Charlie, and then when Charlie ends, you'll see spot 11 off the left.
Got it. Oscar 6 on runway 4, cross runway 30 left.
Country 535, roger that. I don't think it blocks spot 11, but just make sure you don't block that. Push approve.
Ground Antonov 5293, advise tower please, we need 4 minutes on line up position on runway 30 left before rolling for takeoff.
And Southwest 1747, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. You're de-icing the Humphrey moped today, is that correct?
Yeah, we just don't see any de-icing trucks, that's all we asked for 1747.
Okay, yeah, I guess the ANTONOV was there parked there earlier, so I'm not sure if they moved you to the 17 pad or not, which would be unusual. So why don't you just hold there, get a hold of them, and let me know where they want me to take you.
Okay, we'll hold right here, we'll call back, call you back 1747.
Country 573, Minneapolis ground, push approved, just use caution for company for
Incredible.
2 Alpha.
Alright, push approved, we'll use caution for 573.
2004, 130 right, settle in. 126.7, 26.7.
For tower 126.7 Antonov 5293.
Takeoff runway 17 heading 117. Delta 2212, runway heading please, 170. 70, okay, de-ice pad.
With 1747, roger that. Sierra, Kilo, Yankee, cross runway 22, 17 pad.
Okay, Sierra, Kilo, Yankee, clear cross runway 22 for the 17 pad for Southwest 1747.
Skywest 4104, exit runway on Charlie, taxi gate Charlie runway.
Got 4104, maps ground, slide with Delta, taxi Delta Papa.
Delta Papa, Skywest 4104.
Sunny 3, Minneapolis ground, proceed via Lima, Lima 3, cross runway 22, hold short, runway 17. Scouts 4104, pass behind the 71, they'll be turning the alley in front of you, monitor ground 28.
Pass behind the 71, the alley, and ground 41.
Delta 1641, maps ground, the Emperor waits.
1641, roger, Emperor waits.
Sunny 3, Monitor Tower, 123.67.
The left line of wind advised when you're ready.
Runway 30 left, Antonov 5293.
We'll cross downfield. Scale 3938, turn right, got the ground front of there.
Ground point 9, Scale 3938, yeah.
American 1961, Minneapolis Alpha 10, cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey.
Alright, cross 0 left at Alpha 10 and right turn Whiskey for American 19.
So 2212, turn right, heading 190.
Here we go, folks.
Delta 2212, right turn, heading 190.
Off to China Lake, California, the Antonov 124.
Delta Papa, ground point 8.
Departing runway 30 left.
Runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey.
Alright, it's Mike cross 30 left and right on Whiskey at 1130. Minneapolis ground, proceed via Lima, Lima 3, cross runway 22, hold short, runway 17.
Lima, 3 cross 22, hold short, 1774.
Country 535, runway 17 ice pad, taxi at Sierra Kilo Yankee, cross runway 22. 17 ice pad, Sierra Kilo Yankee, country 535.
South 1747, your signals will be south, your signals will be on American.
Still awaiting our...
Minneapolis Tower at Lima 3, cross runway 17, Delta to the gate, monitor now.
Still waiting for our Antonov to depart off 30 left.
American 1961, Minneapolis Tower 17, line up and wait. Traffic crossing downfield.
Line up runway 17.
04820, contact ground 28. That's 4313, Minneapolis Tower, to final lane 3504, and 3 right, for the lane.
24 Tower, 2367, over. Sorry, who's the other call? Delta 1853, they want to close 30 left in about 3 minutes. So if you're able, totally on the taxi. We'll keep it moving, Delta 1853.
American 1961, fly runway heading, runway 17, go for takeoff.
Takeoff runway
1139, runway 17, line up wait, travel across downfield.
Runway 17, over.
2538, that's approved, contact ground 28. Minneapolis traffic holding position at Lima 3, cross runway 17, Delta to the gate, monitor ground point enter.
This wait is killing me.
It's way 232, Minneapolis traffic 3 mile final wind 3604 and 30 right,
I'll tell you what, the anticipation
1961, turn right.
in the air is so thick. You're going to need a chainsaw to cut it.
Gus 4104, taxi past the gate, double back on Quebec, park in front of gate Bravo 4.
At 1139, flying heading runway 17, slow for takeoff, wind 3604.
So look at the aircraft viewing area. Everyone is out this morning for the Antonov departure. There are a bunch of spotters behind us as well that are partaking in the event here this morning from Minneapolis, St. Paul. If you're just tuning in, welcome to MSP Airport Live.
Push is approved, 30 right, and November is current.
And lined up on 30 left right now, awaiting takeoff clearance, is our Antonov 124 off to China Lake, California. So any minute.
5293, ready for departure.
5293 heavy, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, let's take off.
Here we go, clear for takeoff. The Antonov 124 off 30 left. Now departing Minneapolis, St. Paul.
And at 1139, turn right heading 190, contact departure for getting.
190.
Yes, 3702, Memphis Tower, wind 3604, runway 30 right, below. 5293 heavy, fly heading 300 and contact departure. Have a good one.
Heading 300, change for departure, Antonov 5293.
All right, positive, guys, perfect. And Delta 1544, after the Embraer taxis out, switch is approved.
After the Embraer taxis out.
What a spectacular departure from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Have a great flight to California.
Got 4104.
Antonov 124. Holy cow.
Got 4313, maps ground. What you get today? Thanks. Endeavor 4817, monitor tower 126.7, kidding. Delta 2972, 2017, next via Alpha, Mike, hold short, runway 30 left. I'm sorry, I said Alpha, didn't I? Delta
Got a United on the
2017, next via Papa,
got a
Mike,
United flight on the 12 right de-ice pad.
170, runway 30 left, cleared to take off.
Look at all that smoke. Look at that. It's our Antonov that just departed.
64 maps ground, push approved.
So I guess now the cycle is complete. We got the arrival yesterday and the departure this morning. Psyched beyond belief to have shared it with all of you who are watching live and that will watch the replay of this broadcast later on today and throughout the coming weeks.
Well done, runway 30 left. Right control 30 left, closing.
You bet, Eric.
3 heading 170, contact departure. Have a good one.
That was some departure, wasn't it? You're very welcome. Thanks for the compliment, Eric. Jimmy Allison says, does anyone know its destination? And thank you so much for tuning in this morning. It is headed off to China Lake, California. So the Antonov 124 was in town delivering Airbus A220 parts, according to one of our members who tipped us off with some information.
1712, runway 17, next via Alpha.
Good to see you this morning, Brian. One of our fantastic members. It's Brian Live chiming in saying, just flew over my house. Wild. Yeah, the takeoff from here was wild, too. Glad you could get out and see it. Hen Air, you are certainly welcome. Thanks for catching her takeoff. Well, absolutely. Mr. Phil, one of our moderators, says go get some coffee. I probably will. I probably will.
Where was that, Delta 2972?
Right on whiskey for Delta 2972.
Right on whiskey, Delta 2972.
So also, folks, keep in mind we will still have the departure of Delta 312 Heavy, Delta 171, and Delta 121 Heavies.
Country 535, runway 17, taxi via Zulu at Whiskey and behind the steer chain. Southwest 1747. I'm going to wait for company off. I'm sorry, not company. Wait for Sun Country to pass off your left. You know what? This is the best way to do it. Just hold there. I'll have tower call the sequence. Let me know you're ready to go. Monitor tower 12367.
Okay, we're at a monitor tower, 12317, Southwest 1747.
Sun Country 573, monitor tower 123.67, 2367. Good day.
That's Sun Country 573 or 535?
If I said 573, my apologies. I meant Sun Country 535, monitor tower 12367. And who was the other call?
Denver 4817, wind 3503, fly runway heading runway 17, clear for takeoff. So 2972, let's see, you'll give way to actually just continue Delta 2972, you'll follow Sun Country.
Alright, we're following Sun Country, Delta 2972.
Thanks to Southwest 1747, Minneapolis Tower, you're going to follow a Delta Airbus approaching from your right here shortly, join Whiskey behind them.
Right 1 to right, the ice pad, text via Charlie 6, Mike Bravo, cross runway 22.
Whiskey, join Whiskey behind that Southwest on the other side, joining Whiskey behind the Delta.
Okay, minutes lost, 1 to right, join Whiskey behind Southwest 964.
So nobody records that it's gone forever now, right?
Good morning, wind calm, runway 30 right, clear to land.
Okay.
Yep, the live stream is always archived.
Okay. What else do you shoot? Events and stuff?
Just like that spotting. Broadcast this morning. We still got the
3535, runway 17, line of way. Sun Country 535, flying runway heading, runway 17, cleared for takeoff. 2972, runway 17, line of way.
17, line of way, Delta 2972.
Number 4817, turn right heading 190, contact departure. 2250, Minneapolis Tower, good morning, company traffic, 2.5 mile final on Airbus, wind calm, runway 30 right, clear to land.
Yeah, that was back in 2000. It's so sad that it's not around anymore. These stuff is
Yeah, you too. You're back to work, huh?
Yeah.
What time are those others? Are you on with air traffic controller and ground or anything like that?
Yep, so we have our scanner that's plugged in here, so you'll hear that on the broadcast as well. My voice, you'll hear the natural sound of the engine, as well as those microphones are for.
Okay. See you later, man.
Had a fellow spotter stop by and say hi.
Country 573,
Happens on occasion.
Thanks via Zulu Kilo.
17, taxi via Zulu.
Heading 230. 2972, fly heading 180, runway 17, cleared for takeoff.
So right now, 30 left is closed. So Ops is currently doing an inspection of the runway. So after the Antonov departure, Airport Ops has to close down the runway. And right now, they're doing an inspection of 30 left. Following the completion of that inspection on runway 30 left will be open for traffic. It's the runway in front of us here at MSP Airport. If you're just tuning in, you missed the Antonov departure, but that's okay. You can always scroll back in the live broadcast to catch the big moment from today and one of the biggest moments of the year here at MSP International. For us plane spotters, if you're into aviation, if you're into really cool machines, welcome to MSP Live. Psyched to have you here on this Friday morning doing a back-to-back. We had a full show yesterday capturing the arrival of the Antonov 124 as it gracefully made its arrival into Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then the taxi out to the remote pad, and then to drop off some Airbus A220 engines for Delta Tech Ops. And now it's off to China Lake, California, already airborne and well out of view for its next assignment. It's uber rare that the Antonov 124 visits Minneapolis, St. Paul, but we've had visits from the Antonov 124 in the past.
United 1712, runway 17 modified.
Go 3770 maps, ground push approved, plan on runway 17.
Ronald Alexander Flores Cantarero. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you so much for tuning in, buddy, at MSP Airport Live. Hello. I was watching the Antonov 124 arrival, and today just tuning in on time for the departure. That was epic. Well, thank you very much for your viewership. Yeah, that was epic. I love that departure. Just loved it.
Delta 2350, turn left on Mike and kind of ground point. Delta,
and of course, Ronald Alexander,
hello
friend, new subscriber. Well, thank you so much for your subscription to our channel and for joining our outstanding community of aviation enthusiasts here on MSP Airport Live. I want to make sure that you folks are welcome and enjoying your Friday morning with us. Thank you for choosing us here on MSP Airport Live, and we invite you to stick around because we'll be here till about 11 a.m. or so. We're going to catch some of the Delta Heavies departing for Honolulu, for Seoul, and for Tokyo. Echo, thank you so much for tuning in. So happy that I was able to see her from my backyard. Well, that's awesome. Worth freezing my hands off for. Yeah, it's a little cold this morning. Absolutely. It's kind of freezing my hands off as well. Ronald Alexander. Yeah, I remember when Peter from LA Flights Live was here. In fact, Peter was tuning in yesterday for the arrival.
3573, wind calm.
LA Flights Live, one of our spotting friends and colleagues from Los Angeles. I know that Peter is still trying to recover from the fever that or the cold that he got stricken with while up in Alaska spotting Anchorage. Up there for a full week. Then he got sick. That's just about the worst time that you could possibly think of getting sick is on a big trip somewhere, especially a big spotting trip. Ugh. And he's also made a recovery as well, too, which is great to hear. Mengs TV, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for your subscription. Hello, new subscriber from the Philippines. Wasn't that cool?
2452 Maple Tower, good morning, number 3, 4 miles of travel, Boeing 737, wind.
Zachary YT, 55. Such an honor to meet you, bro, and it was amazing to see that Antonov 124. It was a pleasure meeting you as well. Great to see you out here. And yeah, that Antonov 124 smacked. That absolutely smacked. And it looks like we're going to get our co-host Logan Justice back, it appears, for maybe a minute or two. We'll see what happens.
17, taxi Alpha, Alpha 10, hold short, runway 30 left.
17, Alpha, Alpha 10, hold short, 30 left, Delta 1544.
Delta 1242 maps count, taxi to the...
Ryanair is bad, says hello from Shoreview, Minnesota. Hello, new subscriber from Shoreview. Well, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, buddy. Much appreciated. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Hope your Friday is off to a phenomenal start. I know that mine is. Got to see that Antonov. But stay tuned, folks. We're going to be seeing those Delta Heavies coming up right around the corner. We've got Delta 312, 171, and 121 all departing off 30 left. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at our notable departure board again here. Presented in part by Jet Set Shirts. We saw the Antonov 124 already depart off runway 30 left for China Lake, California. We are still waiting on the departure of Delta 312 Heavy to Honolulu. Going to be outbound at 10 a.m. And 171 Heavy, A350-900 is the equipment to Seoul, South Korea around 10:19 a.m. Then we got Delta 121 to close out the show, going off to Tokyo with the A330neo at around 10:30 a.m. Jimmy asks us, are you at the FedEx aircraft viewing area? Well, it's the MAC MSP aircraft viewing area, but yeah, that's where we broadcast. That's where our regular shows are from. And by the way, thank you so much for the compliment on the camera skills. You are very welcome. So I know that, not to toot my own horn, but I know that I've kind of mentioned it just because the topic's been brought up, I think once or twice in the past. That outside of the project that I work on here, as you know, is MSP Airport Live. Outside of that, I'm a television and video production contractor, and I've been in that role for many years.
Just remain this frequency.
West right to left at Delta.
Good morning, traffic. So mile final traffic will hold a position. One calm, runway 30 right, clear in.
So it looks like we're going to get Logan Justice back on the show here after getting the departure. What's up?
What's going on, everybody? Did you miss me?
Very much
I'm
so.
just kidding. That was so sweet. Oh my goodness. I had the replay from the live stream going the entire time on the way over here. That buzzsaw was mint.
Wicked.
That was so clean.
Wow.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And the smoke.
That run up took so long. Yeah, and the smoke too. I mean, the visibility dropped to like nothing behind it as they were lumbering over here. Oh man. But the angle from the dog park was great. That's where I ended up going. I've seen it probably 3 or 4 times taken off. Or was it twice? 2 or 3 times taken off from the viewing area, and I was dying for a different angle for once after being here a bunch. So I ended up over at the dog park, get the slightly, like, I guess how do I word it? Like the shot from down below, you know, it passes overhead instead of like right in front. I've gotten the side profile, you know, a billion times.
All about those angles, right, Logan?
Yeah.
Just kind of
Oh,
switching
it's all
it
about
up
the
a little
angles.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with this light, too.
Yep, I wanted a bit of front littery too. Not that the backlight would have been bad or anything. It was very dramatic, and it wasn't too bad from over here. Though that was amazing. I made the hard call to dip out of the viewing area as soon as they got moving. I really, really wanted to get the ambient, or like not the ambient, the idling shot of the engines over here as it taxied by, but I had a feeling they would get them across the runway faster, and they did. They didn't even stop. If I had stayed here, I would have been really, really cutting it close, and I don't want to have some, spotting stress. I just want to hop over there, keep it easy, don't rush. All right, we don't want to be speeding. No,
Yeah, but
that worked out great. I would have made it because of the really, really long run up, but I didn't want to chance that. Not worth the risk.
Going into, but you'll see him shortly.
The anticipation over here was just beyond tense.
Yeah, and now everybody's gone.
It was tenaciously tense over here.
I think the viewing area was just about full, and then everyone's gone now, for the most part anyway, excluding a few of us that are like, oh, look at that bank on that 717. I know it's not on frame, but I think the south parallel's closed. We're going to get onto it here in just a second, but he's cutting across. It's not super, super common that they do that. That was cool. Those things are so underrated. Oh, he's going to turn more? little bit? Yeah. A little far away, but that's neat. I like that angle. Anyways, I'm pumped now that this thing's gone. That was perfect.
Well, it looks like we have some of the construction equipment over there. One of the cranes is up and running here.
Huh. I got a little nervous when I was driving away. I saw a bunch of, it looked like melted, or less like semi-melted frost on the wings. I'm like, oh, come on. You guys could have gotten de-iced. Probably should have, but, you know, not like they're climbing much anyways, right?
Cleared for takeoff.
Yep. Exactly.
4136 Maple Tower, forward trail of a CRJ-9er wind calm, runway 30.
Can we get Antonovs more often, please? I love losing sleep over them. I love waking up at 5 and it's like, oh sweet, there's the alert. They're out of here. Let's go. Oh man, it just brings back memories though. And I've been spotting the Antonovs. It's been one of my favorite subjects to get videos of, really ever since I got into it. I've filmed them as early as the first camcorder that I've ever got my hands on. I think the first departure shot I ever got, it was a thunderstorm morning here at the viewing area. I actually got lightning in the background when they were taking off, but did the run up on 1-2 right. And, you know, it was an old like 1080p 60 camcorder. It was Canon. You know, I got the job done for what it was, but nothing compared to what I can do now. But gosh, it feels like so long ago already. And I've seen them like almost 10 times since then.
Crazy to think about, right? You know, we're already about a few months into 2025, and 2024 just feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it goes by quick when you got a lot going on.
100%.
Yeah, what'd you think? Your first Antonov departure, huh?
Whew. Well, I'll tell you what. That was spectacular.
Yeah, it was. I think that's word of the day, huh? Spectacular.
That was probably the most exquisite heavy departure that I think that I've seen here, period.
I'll have to see how it turns on the laptop. I think it's going to be a top 3 for me, maybe. Yeah, that was cool.
And I know the arrival from yesterday is starting to make the rounds as well in circles beyond aviation enthusiasts. So if anyone's wondering why that aircraft, why the Antonov was here in Minneapolis, it's not for a nefarious purpose at all. It has everything to do with the fact that Delta Tech Ops needed an expedited delivery.
Was that confirmed?
So one of our viewers claims that that's what it was.
Huh. Interesting.
So I believe he has a source.
Haul it across the ocean and then all the way over here.
Right.
Huh. Yeah, I'd be curious about that. I would love to know exactly what they had on it, but like, you know,
A220 engines.
You know, the only reason I would say maybe to that, they seemed pretty late getting off the ground. I remember usually those rotations, they rotate and then they sit there for a second as they go along. It's not like a rotation and then immediately they're off. They sit at that, you know, higher angle of attack and then eventually they get just enough speed to start climbing out. But this one, it seemed like it was lighter. They rotated and they were immediately off after that. Now, granted, they still have that super shallow climb grading by default, but they didn't seem like they were super heavy today. I know it's a little bit colder, so, you know, the more dense air, or denser air, rather, helps them get off easier. But still, I mean, that thing just lumbers along. You know, the engines, obviously, like, oh, they're heavy, but, like, for an Antonov, I mean, they can carry, you know, buses, and I think they can carry tanks, too, or is it the Galaxy, the C5? I forget. They can carry a lot. You know, engines, it's no sweat.
Yeah, we see C5 Galaxies here from time to time at MSP, but, I mean, the Antonov 124, that's once in a blue moon.
Few and far between. I would almost say the same for the Galaxy. I forget when the last time one was here, but certainly more often we get that than the Antonov. You know, I think it's actually about the same.
Turn left, join Papa.
Frequency-wise, I think we usually get the Galaxy about as often as the Antonov. Maybe a little bit more. C-17s we get a lot more than both of those combined. I wouldn't be surprised if it was engines. It's just I'd have to have a. Not to say the other source isn't, you know, like reputable necessarily, but, you know, speculation's one thing. I would be curious to know. Very curious. Oh man. As I was making my way out of here on Cargo Road, they were making that turn onto 22. That was nice to see. Gosh, it is such a massive machine. It just dwarfs everything on the field. Makes everything look small. I had the distinct pleasure many years back at MN Ace Camp, back when I was in high school. We were doing the airside tour, and there was the other airline for the Antonov. I think it's like Volga Denver or something. Forgive me if I mispronounce it. It's the blue and white livery that they have with the stripes. And they had one here for a bunch of overnights. I think it had some kind of mechanical issue. But it was over there, like in the exact same spot this one was, and we were all like on the bus. We all got to go park next to it, and we got to go like walk around it and check it out. And like, let me tell you, the fuselage is just like a wall, like literally just a wall. Very unconventional. Like it just goes straight up on the sides. It's just enormous. And you get up next to it, it's like, how does this thing even move? You know, it has no business getting off the ground. It's absolutely wild.
2717, any left turn, what's your gate?
You know, it looks enormous from the viewing area and really any vantage point, but like to get up right next to it,
from there,
close enough to like touch it, it's a whole different deal. And frankly, the same goes for really any airplane. They're always bigger the closer you get. You really get that sense of scale once you're right up next to them.
Well, especially if they're on taxiway, Mike, you just kind of look up and you're like, dang!
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, one of the main reasons why I adore that taxiway, because you can just get right there. There's not many places in the country where you can just come park free of hassle, and you got an MD-11 or a 737 or a 7.6 just taxiing on by that close. You really start to get a sense of scale from that close. And I hope it's inspiring for a lot of the younger folks that are out here too. It's really cool to be able to just come out here and watch and to get those like up close, like real experiences with them are great, even if it's like through the fence. The viewing area is a very, very special place.
It is. Did the AN-124 depart yet? The answer to that is yes.
Sure did. Made her exit. A grand one at that. It was just about picture perfect. And again, props on that audio shot too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That was 10 out of 10. Didn't get blown out at all. The Antonov can do that.
Yeah. How was the video feed on your end as well?
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah. I didn't see a single dropped frame or nothing at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That deserves a high five.
Yeah, it does.
Off-camera high five.
Webcam broke.
Let's roll to
You just picture it in your head.
Charlie, what's your gate?
Great.
Charlie, Hotel 10, 14.
Hey, our cellular connection got a little spotty there for just a minute just because of how many people showed up here. The cell service was like, oh crap, there's a bunch of people here. Gotta dial it back a bit. Here is Allegiant.
2667 on Whiskey, cross runway 4. On Whiskey, cross runway 4, Delta 2667.
Don't really get the Allegiant encounters as much as I have in the past with MSP spotting. This is wearing the older livery for Allegiant.
Runway 30 right, cleared for takeoff.
Allegiant is going to Terminal 2. That's Humphrey Terminal here in Minneapolis, St. Paul.
848 Minneapolis ground, push approved, runway 12 right pad.
Approved 12 right pad,
Got other aircraft headed this way, Logan, on taxiway Whiskey. Where is this one off to?
It's a good question. Let me take a look real quick. It's a C-Series, I think, right?
Looks like it from my angle.
Take a guess.
Yeah.
Take a wild guess.
San Antonio.
Yeah. Would you have it up on there too? You get flight radar? Yeah.
Sometimes, depending on where the camera is panned to, because I have a little magic arm that's next to the camera, sometimes the glare off the screen obscures the aircraft on flight radar. So in addition to everything else here this morning, folks, with the Antonov, we'll have the Delta Heavy departures here coming up here in about 90 minutes to a couple hours. We've also got de-icing going on as well in addition to that.
Runway 30 left, clear to land.
This is an Airbus A220-100. It's the smaller variant
Contact departure, good day.
in the A220 family. So this aircraft is headed off to runway 17 for departure. We'll let it be on its way.
I can jump on the spotters group, and all of a sudden there's videos from all
1324, turn right,
over the
heading
place. View from Terminal 1 was really nice.
340, then contact departure, good day.
Pretty soft lighting, frontlit though. I'm curious how the run-up audio was. I was tempted to go over there for the top-down view. Would have been kind of nice for the taxi too, but the tricky thing with Terminal 1 is you have the roads right down below it, and that can really kind of obstruct audio. And if there's anything like parking or like getting pushed back, that'll drown anything out. So I ended up not doing that, but maybe next time.
2667, Minneapolis Tower, runway
I really
17,
wanted the
fly
long
runway heading clear
duration
for takeoff.
overhead pass. First time getting it with the new microphone too. It's been that long since I've seen one.
Yeah, that's right, because you didn't just get the new camera about a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Really, it's a few years ago if you think about it, and then you get the new mic as well with that.
Yeah.
Makes a whirlwind of difference.
It really does. The one the 53 has isn't terrible. You can adjust the sensitivity and it won't blow out that much, but the definition just is nothing compared to an external one you can put on with the hot shoe mount. And the one I have on there, it's by far the best one I've had. You don't even have to put the wind filter, like the digital wind filter on, and it's totally fine. It sounded supernatural, good depth.
Tower, wind call, runway 30 left, clear to
I'm a
land.
stickler about the, I guess you could say like the bass, which kind of ties in with the depth, but that captures it really, really well. Gotten lots of good startup shots with it. What's up?
So there's a look at the skyline of downtown Minneapolis off in the distance on this Friday morning.
United 318, runway 12 right pad, taxi.
Now, if we were up higher on Terminal 2, we'd be able to see the roof line of U.S. Bank Stadium as well. If you go to one of the ramps, another popular spotting location, you'll be able to get a glimpse of the Minneapolis skyline a little bit better. So we're going to take another look at our flow chart for airport ops this morning. We're in what's called a mixed flow. So 17 is in use for departures. Yeah. Because they're not going to be in front of us. Typically when the 30s are active, Logan, it's usually just on those two parallels.
230 and
yeah, the winds are calm enough this morning. They can kind of do whatever they want. And in this case, throwing as many departures at 17 as they can makes it easier for the arrivals to get in a more timely manner. Because I forget, where are the winds out of right now? I haven't looked in a while. Too focused on Antonov. Let's see. Latest.
I think you and me both all focused on Antonov.
360 at 4. So 17's actually a tailwind, but it's so light, it doesn't matter. They can deal with it. They don't care.
Yeah, if the winds are light and variable as they are now, they are certainly going to open up 17. But if you have any stronger of a breeze,
Minneapolis Tower, wind calm,
usually
runway
once it
30
gets
right,
above
clear
like
to
10 or
land.
12 knots, they'll close it if it's that much of a tailwind. But
and
it's worth noting too, some of like all the heavies will use the parallels. Minus the cargo ones though, they leave super light, and they're already like right next to 17, so it's really inefficient for them to go all the way out of their way to 30 left just for the sake of it. But if they require it for performance, like pretty much all of the heavies, Honolulu, Tokyo, Seoul, and everything else later, they'll stick to the parallels. I think Every once in a while, not very often though. Honolulu will take
United
1-7, but the
affirmative
other
on
two
Bravo, cross
absolutely
runway
not.
4.
Worth noting too,
Bravo,
the Tokyo flight today especially, I think I've seen it 4 or 5 times in a row
45, turn right, Delta,
using
straight ahead on Delta and
either
contact
4
point 9 good day.
or 2-2
Straight ahead
this
on
past
Delta,
week. So there's a decent chance they will today. I have not seen the Seoul flight do it though. I think it's cold enough this morning they might not have to, but that is something to maybe anticipate. A potential runway 4 or 22 departure for the Tokyo flight. Maybe.
4305 Minneapolis ground, Roger. Start
Give it a
via
solid
Delta, hold short of Quebec.
50-50, maybe 60-40
Got United 318.
4035, I'm showing an
Off
Ember
to
in
Denver,
that gate.
taxiing.
Make the left turn at Charlie 6, right turn on
Making
runway
its
4,
way
short
over
of Quebec.
here.
Left on Charlie 6, right turn on runway 4, hold short of Quebec. Skywest 40,
So there's
35.
United 318 off to Denver, Colorado.
4136, can you verify for me that Charlie 16's got a number in it? Was 2085, runway 17, taxi via left turn on Zulu, right turn on Kilo, hold short of Whiskey. They're calling for a time for Denver.
Alright, 17 Zulu, short of Whiskey.
Delta 1050, turn right when able, contact ground point 9 good day.
Right turn,
This is a Delta A220 arriving from Houston George Bush Intercontinental.
Delta
Now
1050,
making the right-hand turn off of
via
30
Delta,
left. Pretty soon we're going to have a 30 left departure off to Seattle. Delta 868.
I just checked it on the Antonov, and they've been climbing for like 25-30 minutes. They just got to cruising altitude.
Delta
The thing climbs
2709,
so
runway
slow.
12 right, Pat, taxi via Quebec. I'm sorry, taxi via Bravo, cross runway 4.
Bravo 6 cross 4 for the ice pad.
It's out there, 34,000
Skywest
feet.
3922, Minneapolis ground, push approved, 30 right.
Super, super high. But, you know, they're carrying cargo, so...
Your release
they're
time is in
super
about
high.
6 minutes. I'll have the airborne.
All right, here we go. Here's our departure off to Seattle, Washington, Delta 868, now off 30 left.
ground, runway 17, taxi via Zulu Whiskey.
17 via Zulu Whiskey, Sun Country 1671.
Please 68, contact departure. Have a great day. All right, departure, take care, Delta 868.
Very nice.
Southwest 2085.
Out of total curiosity, I
released
checked which
after
tail numbers we
57,
have for
switch
the
to tower
Tokyo and Seoul flights today, and it
2367.
is
Sun
worth
Country will go
noting
up behind, before you, and then you can plan to
that
go.
171
Alright,
to Seoul is the RJ Slayer, ship 3503.
721 Minneapolis ground, taxi via Charlie, hold short of
By
Charlie,
the way-
for company pushed out in the alley.
I just have to bring this up.
Skywest 4035.
There's a t-shirt, there's a CRJ Slayer t-shirt that one of our fantastic sponsors, Jet Set Shirts, offers. And many other amazing AvGeek and travel enthusiast inspired t-shirts and apparel. They've got Antonov gear as well. If you're a big Antonov 225 fan, they've got a ton of that. Amazing
Runway heading clear for takeoff.
aviation enthusiast merch. So go ahead and visit jetsetsshirts.com. We're also going to be coming out with a MSP Live collection as well on Jet Set Shirts here pretty shortly, so keep an eye out for that when that eventually gets announced. Super excited to be working with Eric. He's got a great storefront, great t-shirts, great apparel. Check him out at jetsetsshirts.com. The Jet Set line.
Company be northbound on Delta. Delta 1881 Minneapolis ground. Hold the push. We're going to wait for 1 Jazz Ember to park across the way at Echo 3.
Delta 2808, Minneapolis Tower, wind calm, runway 30 left, clear to land.
The 1881. Once the Ember is into Echo 3, your push is approved. Sign runway 17.
And of course, folks, we'd also like to take the time to let you know that our broadcasts are proudly supported by our other great sponsor, DG Pilot. They've been with us since the beginning. They have a fantastic selection of aviation collectibles, travel gear, and guides, Minnesota-made local goods. There's something for everyone at DG Pilot. If you're a huge model collector like I am, you owe it to yourself. Fantastic customer service. Really good pricing on all of their models. And they also have the latest releases, all the big manufacturers. So head on over to DG Pilot to secure your model pre-orders. Also maybe get some travel gear if that's not really your thing into aviation models. Maybe it's a cool travel guide. They've got plenty of those. So there's a ton of stuff in their online store. I'd be standing here all day talking about it. Go on DG Pilot, check them out 24/7. Or hey, if you're in the Twin Cities area, you can visit their brick and mortar location, 406A St. Peter Street, downtown St. Paul, Minnesota. They would love to say hello to you. And tell them Alex from MSP Airport Live sent you. So yeah, go check them out. If you're into some model collectibles or some cool travel gear and guides, accessories, Minnesota-made local goods as well. They got a great selection of that too. So you have a big thank you to our sponsor, DG Pilot Aviation Collectibles.
Country 745, ground push approved, runway 17.
Push approved 17, sector 745.
Delta 1052, monitor, I'm sorry, Delta 1052, push is approved. Skywest 4136, switch to ground point 8.
And fly runway heading cleared for takeoff. Country 1681, Minneapolis Tower, runway 17, line up and wait.
Optimistic mountain landscape. Reacting to our Antonov 124 departure from earlier. Great takeoff. That was a spectacular departure. And thank you so much for tuning in this morning. I want to welcome you to our live plane spotting, our program here from Minneapolis, St. Paul International Airport. It's been a remarkable morning. And it's going to get even better. Now, this morning, I was planning on getting some sleep from yesterday. And if it weren't for the Antonov, I would not have been out here this morning getting some sleep and going to the grand reopening that's happening today at the Northwest Airlines History Center.
230, contact departure, good day.
And due to the Antonov, I'm going to miss the opening. And because of the spotting significance, making sure that I prioritize that, get the departure, and our Delta Heavies as well after the fact. They'll be heading over there after we get done with the live plane spotting.
Delta 2808 up on Charlie for Fox 4.
Delta 2808 Minneapolis ground taxi via Alpha.
Alpha 2808.
Clear to land.
Push approved. Plant the 1-2 right TS bend.
So if you needed some information about the grand reopening today for the Northwest Airlines History Center, head down to the Crowne Plaza Air Hotel. The museum is actually inside the hotel. Parking is free. And they would love to have you. They've been closed for months. Now, on the day of their aviation collectibles show and sale back in October, when the museum packed up, headed out to set up for their show, and while they were hosting the collectible show at one of the hotels across from the Mall of America, back at the Crowne Plaza Air Hotel, all hell was breaking loose. The fire suppression system, the sprinklers were set off. And apparently, according to the report that came out about the causation of that unfortunate event, it's unfortunate because somebody was doing something with the sprinklers that was not necessarily, well, it wasn't necessarily good, shall we say. It wasn't very smart. Tripped the sprinkler system, and everything in their museum space, everything in their exhibit that wasn't in a case or that wasn't sheltered in some way got drenched. Everything. Water damage everywhere. And when they came back from the show, it was just utter devastation inside that space with water damage. And their volunteers have worked super hard to get the museum back up and running, and ultimately to showcase the history of Northwest Airlines. And today, the hard work, the dedication, and the months of restoration work have finally been sought through to completion, and today the museum is going to open for the first time in months. And we are so pumped for our friends finally back in operation. Go support them online. Visit northwestairlineshistory.org. You can find all their social handles there too. So all this information is going to be available on their Facebook page, all of their socials, and I think on their website as well too. They have a fantastic archive of material back from the Northwest days, as MSP Airport used to be the main operating base for Northwest Airlines, one of the most iconic carriers in the world. One of the most iconic airlines, the Red Tail. Red Tails forever, Red Tails for life. Go check them out. NorthwestAirlinesHistory.org. And go visit that grand reopening if you're in the Twin Cities today. I know that I'm going to be headed over there afterwards. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Minneapolis Tower, wind calm, runway 30 left, clear to land, hold short of Alpha 9er, traffic crossing at the end. I need to hear the intersection, the hold, it's 3044, hold short of Alpha 9er intersection for traffic crossing at the end.
You'll be holding short of Alpha 9er intersection, clear to land 30 left, 3044.
Thank you. 3922 Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 right, line of weight, be ready, traffic, Airbus, 4 miles final.
United 318, monitor tower 126.7.
1267.
Rob, point 8, see ya.
Here's Delta Airlines 1052 with the 737-900ER out to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson this morning.
Taxi via Charlie 5 Charlie, hold short of runway 30 left.
Alright, runway 17 Charlie 5 Charlie, hold short runway 30 left, Delta 1881.
Delta 2078, company 73 off the left is exiting the alley. Behind them, push approved. Plan the 12 right TI sped.
Right on Charlie, ground point 9 Delta 22.
Delta 2709, Minneapolis Tower at Alpha 10, cross runway 30 left, join Whiskey behind the 73.
Please cross 30 left Alpha 10, join Whiskey behind 73 inside of 2709.
United 318, Minneapolis Tower at Alpha 10, cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey.
Cross 30 left at Alpha 10, right on Whiskey 932.
Endeavor 4839, runway 17, fly runway
Stella
heading
2219 from Fort Myers, Southwest Florida International.
Left turn Charlie 6, then Delta back to the gate.
Alright, Charlie 6, Delta to the gate, minus 30 seconds.
Sunny 4, Minneapolis ground, reposition via Lima 3, cross the approach end of runway 4, hold short of runway 17. Sun Country 745, hold short of Whiskey for the sequence, switch to Tower 2367.
4273, Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 right, line of await traffic, number 6 miles, final.
Hold for a moment, let company pass left to right on Bravo.
Okay, hold short of Bravo, we'll let company pass left to right on Bravo, don't be.
Currently in view on the 12 right de-ice pad, Delta 1302 off to Palm Springs with the 737-900ER.
126.7, the Airbus south direction.
803, Delta November.
Delta 1608 ground, push approved, runway 17.
And contact ground point 9 RCM.
Approved, runway 12 right pad. Delta 1881 behind the 73, continue via Charlie, hold short of runway 30 left.
Behind the 73, continue via Charlie, hold short of runway 30 left, Delta
1881, thanks, monitor tower 126.7.
Up next for arrival on runway 30 left, SkyWest 3844 from Oklahoma City.
You just call around the experimental, call meter at 3357.
1302 on a 12 right bad, right for next.
Bell 1302, runway 17, taxi via Alpha 10, hold short of runway 30 left.
Alpha 10, hold short of 30 left, Delta 1302.
Sunny 4, monitor tower 123.67, it might be a minute.
I'm runway heading through for takeoff. 2709, runway 17, line up and wait.
Taxi via Bravo, hold short of the tunnel.
Clear and what you're doing there.
The 1915 taxi. Delta 1302, monitor tower 126.7.
Delta 1302, good.
Heading 360, and contact departure CM. I was 3044, turn right, contact ground point 9 CM.
Alright, Delta point 9 CM, 3044.
It'll be runway 17. Come out of the apron via Whiskey 6 and hold short of Whiskey for a moment.
Morning, get 3044, go to Delta, Charlie 26.
Scout 3844, Minneapolis ground, taxi via Delta, Papa.
Right on Whiskey.
Front, Alpha 5, cross through 3 sure left and right on Whiskey, Delta 2121.
The 2709,
And departing north side, going to International Falls, Minnesota on the Canadian border.
Ground, Sun Country 16.
SkyWest 4245, CRJ 700ER.
Runway 30 right, taxi via Delta, hold short of Whiskey.
Whiskey Delta 1881.
Delta 1302, Minneapolis Tower Alpha 10, cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey.
Cross 30 left, Alpha 10 right, Whiskey Delta 1302.
3745, runway 17, line up and wait.
Then proceed around the tunnel, then continue via Bravo, hold short of Delta. Delta 1775, Minneapolis ground, company's blocking the tail. Once they exit the alley, your push is approved for the 12 right TS pad.
30 left, clear to land.
Delta runway 17, taxi via Whiskey, cross runway 4 behind the Airbus.
Unit 318, runway 17, line up and wait. Delta 2709, turn right, heading 230, 230 on that heading, then contact departure.
Here's Delta
today.
1881 with a 737-900ER off to Cancun,
Delta
Mexico this
2078,
morning.
runway 12 right, de-ice pad, taxi via Charlie 5, Charlie, hold short of Bravo.
12 right, de-ice pad, Charlie 5, Charlie short of Bravo,
Delta 1608, runway 17, taxi via Alpha 3, hold short of runway 30 left. 2219, well is the gate. Roger, use caution for the one coming out at 22.
Mind runway traffic will cross downfield.
Experimental 3 Juliet Delta, the Sun Country 73 off the left is going to pass behind you. Switch to tower now, 123.67.
Secretary 745, turn right, heading 180, 180 and contact departure. Good day.
Delta.
And joining the lineup for departures on their way to 17. It's Delta 2121 to San Diego, California with an A321
Cross runway 4 to
200.
the pad, company 73 off the right is going to follow you.
Exterior Bravo, cross runway 4, 73 can follow behind us, Delta 21.
Delta 2078 behind the Airbus from the left to make the right turn Bravo, cross runway 4 into the pad.
Behind us, 4 into the pad, Bravo, Delta 27.
Country 1697, monitor tower 126.7.
26.7.
Secretary 1697, Minneapolis Star Delta, cross runway 30 left, continue via Delta Papa, traffic 3 out.
Cross 30 left at Delta, consider continue Delta Papa, Sun Country, Minnesota.
United 218, turn right, heading 230, 230, then contact departure. Good day. Affirmative United 318, turn right, heading 230, 230, then contact departure. See ya.
We got SkyWest 4076 off in the distance to Fargo.
Secretary 1697 on Papa, cross runway 4, monitor point 8, see ya.
I'll pop across runway 4, Sun Country, Minnesota.
Secretary 1697, are you still up?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
1697, I'm sorry, it'll be Delta Papa to 30 right. I'm so sorry. Delta Papa 30 right and monitor point 8, see ya.
Delta Papa 30 right, monitor point 8, thanks.
This is a Beach 58 Baron.
Delta 2668.
That's on taxiway whiskey. It's off to Rochester.
Delta 1881, runway 17, turn right heading 180, clear for takeoff.
See the general aviation stuff at MSP from time to time. And rocketing off the north parallel 30 right. Delta 1433 off to the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan.
The 2274 Minneapolis ground, roger.
230, 230, then contact departure. Good day.
230 to departure, Delta 1302.
Delta 1775, runway 12 right pad, taxi via Charlie 5, Charlie Bravo, cross runway 4.
Delta 2121, runway 17, line of wait.
Delta 1726, give way to company 73 outbound, make the left turn Charlie 6 into the alley.
After the 73, Charlie 6
Delta 690 Minneapolis ground, company 73 is going to be parking off the right at box 3. Once they're into the gate, your push is approved, plan runway 17.
Okay, Delta 690, we put 73 at box 3 and then push is approved, 17.
Runway 17, fly runway heading, clear for takeoff. Delta 1608 on Whiskey, cross runway 4. 3 Juliet Delta, Minneapolis Tower, cross right road, departing Airbus. Runway
Folks, we're just
17,
joining us.
line of
Welcome to a fantastic Friday of live plane spotting here from Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport on MSP Airport
Live. Denver
Live.
5402, Minneapolis Tower, copy. Runway 30 left, pulling clear to land.
Super stoked to bring you all of the
1881
live plane
heading
spotting
120,
action. This
180,
morning we had the
departure today.
Antonov 124 departing to China Lake,
2274
California.
Ground, I believe company bus might have pushed behind you, but if there's room, push onto Bravo's approved.
Instantly
Final
one of the
137.
best moments of 2025. Perhaps the biggest spotting day of the year was on Thursday yesterday when we were out to catch the arrival, and then of course to get the departure this morning.
Behind them.
Super awesome.
1775. I've got 3 parked in that pad, so when you make the right turn on Bravo, cross 4, but hold short of Mike.
Good day.
Right on Mike and ground 0.8 Delta, or 0.9 Delta 2668.
Delta 2121, turn
Say
right, heading
757-300 from
230,
Atlanta
270,
Hartsfield
contact
Jackson.
departure. Good day.
Right 30 left.
Alpha 10, hold short, 30 left, Delta 1950.
This is Delta
1775,
2668.
one just opened up. Continue Bravo all the way in.
Bravo all the way in, Delta 1775.
State 48, great. Contact ground 0.8. Challenger 422, Charlie Papa, Minneapolis ground, runway 17, taxi via Whiskey, cross runway 4. Delta 2668, Minneapolis ground, good morning, where you park?
The Golf 8.
The 2668, roger, taxi via Alpha to that gate.
Alpha to Golf 8, Delta 2668.
Delta 2262, runway 17, taxi via Alpha, Alpha 5.
Currently in view is
Short of runway
Delta
30
Flight
left.
2102 off to Los Angeles, California with an A320 1
Delta
Neo.
1915, monitor tower 126.7.
0.67, Delta 1950.
Delta 2262, you'll see obstruction company 75. They're going to give way to you, monitor tower 126.7. Delta 2668, hold short of Alpha 5.
Short of Alpha 5, Delta 2668.
Delta 1608 at Whiskey 10, give way to the 73. I'll be crossing them down there at Sperry End.
I'm the 73 with
And here's Delta 2078 off to San Francisco.
Alpha 10, cross runway 30
So
left,
the
turn right on Whiskey,
737
cross
900
left, they
ER,
wait
both
for
on the
you.
de-ice pad.
Alpha 10, cross 30 left, right on Whiskey, Delta 1950.
Your tower on
So
123.
de-icing is in full effect this morning because the temperature is below freezing.
Now Delta 2668, they just changed our gate to Golf 2.
Delta 2668, roger, left turn to the gate.
Turn to Golf 2, Delta 2668.
Cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey, you're behind the biz jet.
Mike cross here, the 30 left on Whiskey behind the jet,
Delta 2262, Minneapolis Tower, Alpha 5, cross runway 30 left, keep your speed up, traffic 3 out, turn right on Whiskey.
This is Delta 1608 off to Kansas City, Missouri with a 737-800. All right, we got a BizJet departure on Taxiway Whiskey off to Palm Springs.
Delta
It's a Bombardier
2262,
Challenger
thanks for the hustle, on
350.
Whiskey, cross runway 4.
On Whiskey, cross runway 4 for Delta 2262. Delta 2078, ready to taxi out of the 12 right pad.
Delta 2078, runway 17.
And joining
via
Taxiway
Alpha, Alpha 10,
Whiskey.
hold short of runway 30 left.
For
Alpha 10.
runway 17, the departure runway. This is Delta 611 off to Mexico City. Ex-Northwest A319.
Delta 1129, Minneapolis ground, roger. When you can, cut the corner to Alpha. .78, monitor tower 126.7.
267, Delta 2078.
So currently holding short of runway 30 left. We have that 717 off to St. Louis Lambert International. And then behind that, we've got Delta 2129 off to Miami, Florida.
Alpha 10, hold short of runway 30
And that's with an actually, it's with an A321-200. I was about to say it was an A320, but that's not correct.
And with 10, we'll give way to the 73, Delta 22.
Number 5402, turn right.
On taxiway whiskey, navigating to 17 for departure, Delta 2262 with an A321neo off to Las Vegas.
Whiskey traffic from the left, waiting for you.
Okay, Delta 10, cross 30 left, join Whiskey, Delta 27.
Delta 1564, Minneapolis Tower at Mike. Cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey.
Okay, Mike, cross 30 left, right on Whiskey, Delta 1564.
Delta 2129, Minneapolis Tower, Mike. Cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey.
Mike, cross 30 left, join Whiskey, Delta 2129.
Delta 1608, runway 17, fly runway heading cleared for takeoff. Delta 422, Charlie Pop, Minneapolis Tower, cross return on 773, runway 17 on the wait. Sandwich 112, Charlie, Minneapolis Tower, at Mike, cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey. Delta 1915, turn right, heading 200, 200.
Dan departing north side with an Embraer 175 LR, SkyWest 4066 off to BIS. BIS is the airport code for Bismarck.
Southwest 17, push off Hotel 12 to Peru, Southwest 2217.
For 2129, I'd like to split up the route, so after C10, give way to accompany Airbus to Leo.
Copy, this is 10, give way, Delta 27.
So 1608, turn right, heading 230, 230. Challenger 2, Charlie Pop, runway 17, fly runway heading cleared for takeoff.
Here's Sun Country off to Toronto Pearson International.
So 1608 established on the 230 heading, then contact departure CL. So 2102, Minneapolis Tower at Whiskey, correction at Alpha 10, cross runway 30 left, join Whiskey, it's behind the A321, excuse me, it'll be behind the 71, please, behind the 71, the Airbus Valencia.
On Alpha 10, cross cross 30 left, over to Whiskey, behind, that's one.
Here's SkyWest 112C, departing for Omaha Epley.
Left, Delta 1775.
It's with an Embraer E175 LR.
Challenger 2, Charlie Pop, turn right, heading 230, 230, contact departure, good day.
Jazz Aviation getting off on the north side, runway 30 right.
Runway 17 on the wait.
It's bound for Montreal, Canada.
Delta 1862 ground, runway 17, taxi via Alpha Delta, hold short of runway 30 left. Alpha Delta, short of 30 left.
Here's Delta 1775 off to Georgetown with a Boeing 737-800.
2261, hold short of Whiskey 10, level 73 in front of you there, then continue. Secondary 212, Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 left, clear to land.
And my goodness, has the viewing area been vacated or what? Following the departure of our Antonov 124. If you're tuning into our live plane spotting this morning from MSP Airport, towards the top of our broadcast that we had the ginormous airplane depart right off of 30 left.
runway 30 left. Follow the Embraer that RJ lets you in.
Harbor clear cross 30 left at Alpha 10. We'll follow the Embraer Delta 1775.
Delta 1862, Minneapolis Tower Delta, cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey, cross runway 4.
Cross 30 left at Delta, right on Whiskey, and then cross 4, Delta 1862.
Delta 2274, making sure we're good to go to the ice.
Affirmative, Delta 2274, taxi and thanks, checking.
2274, taxi to ice.
So there is Delta 2274. It's an Airbus A321-200 off to Phoenix, Arizona this morning.
Delta 2078, turn right, heading 230, 230, contact departure, good day. Delta 2262, runway 17, fly runway heading cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 17, clear for takeoff from 22.
Delta 1564, runway 17.
So these guys are headed off to the 12 right de-ice pad to get de-iced.
Endeavor 5511, Minneapolis Tower, runway 30 left, cleared to land.
Outbound to Puerto Vallarta this morning in Mexico. Delta 1862 with a 737-900ER.
Would you like?
So right now it's making its way on taxiway Whiskey all the way to 17 for departure.
Heading cleared for takeoff. The 2102, runway 17, line up and wait. Endeavor 5261, all else remains unchanged except for it'll be climbing to except maintain 7,000, expect flight level 200.
So there's our flight to Phoenix.
10 minutes after departure, no other changes.
Taking a spot over there at the 12 right de-ice pad, and we'll get the de-ice as well.
Delta 2262, turn right, heading 230, 230 and contact departure, see ya.
Right, 230 and over to departure Delta 2262, please.
Delta 2102, runway 17, fly runway heading cleared for takeoff.
Runway heading 17, clear for takeoff.
So that's another spotting highlight if you're tuning into our
2129,
live
runway
shows here during the winter time or any time that's below freezing like this. We get de-icing in front of us here at the aircraft viewing area. It's one of the few places that I've seen that you can get a kind of view like this with the de-icing process as they start to go to work.
Endeavor 5344, Minneapolis Tower, runway
It's
30
very
left,
essential, a
cleared to
fascinating process with how they're going to de-ice this
land.
metal
Delta
bird.
1564, turn right, heading 180, 180, contact departure, see ya. Delta 2129, runway 17, fly runway
How
heading
cool
cleared
is
for
that?
takeoff. 112 Charlie, runway 17, line up and wait. Secondary 212, turn left Delta Charlie, contact off Wood 9er, start towards the gate. The 1862 to split up the route, so you'll give way to southwest at the end. Plus 2217, your sequence by the CRJ, the 73, the second 73 you'll see at the very end is going to let you in. The 2102, turn right, heading 230, 230, then contact departure, see ya.
Right turn 230, then switch to departure. Have a good day, Delta 2102.
Skywest 112 Charlie, runway 17, fly runway heading cleared for takeoff.
Delta 3. Chuck Audrey 212 ground, taxi via Delta.
17, line up and wait.
RJ Bean, special guest of our show yesterday, one of our co-hosts here at MSP Airport Live. Awesome volunteer over at the Northwest Airlines History Center. Big background in aviation. Grew up around Northwest.
Delta 2129, turn right.
Her dad, a very
180, then contact
accomplished pilot for the airline during his life. RJ says, thanks, Alex. You bet. Red Tails forever, Red Tails for life. My dad and uncle, thank you, and heard you from above. Well, that's awesome.
For 5261, runway 17, line up and wait. Endeavor 5511, turn right, runway 4 if you missed that, all the way down to Alpha 8.
Right on runway 4.
Delta 690, Minneapolis Tower, Charlie, cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey, cross runway 4.
Charlie cross 30 left, right on Whiskey, left runway 4, Delta 690.
Delta 2849, Minneapolis Tower, Mike, cross runway 30 left, turn right on Whiskey.
Dana Bergman, thank you so much for the 199 Super Chat vibes.
Skywest 112, Charlie,
100%.
230,
And if it weren't for mix-ups today, all those departures that we just saw strut their stuff right across our position, right by our position at the aircraft viewing area on taxiway Whiskey to 17, those would have been 30 left departures if we would have had a 10 knot or greater wind down the pipe for 30 left, which usually we will get more often than not. Don't see mixed ups too often, but if the winds are light and variable, it's easier to do the departures that way. The arrivals can get in a little bit timelier and it's less chaotic for ATC.
Cross runway 4.
Whiskey, cross runway 4. 1775, heading 180, 180, and contact departure today.
Minneapolis ground, push approved, runway 12 left, yes, but. Okay, Minneapolis ground, 12 via Bravo.
Bravo, okay.
Endeavor 5261, turn right, heading 230, 230.
30,
Endeavor 5261 on that heading, contact departure, see ya.
turn that heading, see you, Endeavor.
Before Minneapolis ground, reposition via Lima November, hold short of runway 17.
Reposition Lima, November, hold short.
Bertram Joshua says, good morning from Trinidad.
Hold short of runway 17 at
Good morning to you from MSP. Thank you for tuning in. Alex, how many models do you have? Now, I mentioned earlier when bringing up our sponsor mention for DG Pilot that I was a model collector.
Endeavor 53,
I got a few models in 1 to 200 scale die-cast.
Good day.
And then I've got a bunch of those older Dragon Wings models.
Southwest 2217.
Probably the crown jewel
180, contact departure, good day.
of my collection. And just to how many 1 to 400 models I have, I've lost track. It's the most popular size. You're going to get into die-cast
Delta 2849,
aircraft collecting.
2 minutes to delay you, so turn left at Kilo 8, then a right turn on Whiskey. You'll sequence behind the 71 at the very end.
Winala Dreamin'. It's a special livery that was painted onto a 747-400 that flew for Qantas Airlines.
Endeavor 5344, Minneapolis ground.
That's
taxi
my
via
favorite
Charlie
model
Bravo,
out of all the
report.
ones that I've collected. It's made by Dragon Wings. It's a very rare one. Also got an all chrome metal American 777-200 as well.
230.
We've got your UPS and a FedEx MD-11 in 1 to 400. Also got an Air France A350-900. And I also have
1862, contact departure, great day.
a bunch of other ones that I can't think of right now off the top of my head. I've got so much.
Flight over to Delta, taxi via Delta Bravo.
Really cool keepsakes.
Sunny Fort cross runway 17 at November. Continue via Sierra. Hold short of runway 4.
Clear to cross 17 at November. Continue Sierra. Hold short at runway 4. 24. Ground Delta 1044 is ready to taxi.
Delta 1044 ground. Runway 12 right pad. Taxi via Alpha Charlie Bravo. Cross runway 4.
12 right pad. Taxi Alpha Charlie Bravo. Cross runway 4. Delta 1044.
United 752 Minneapolis ground, push approved, runway 17. Sun Country
So folks that are just
575,
tuning in
Minneapolis
for our
ground, push approved,
Antonov
runway
departure,
17.
our Antonov departed earlier this morning. about around an hour ago.
The traffic is off the runway 17, turn right, heading 180, cleared for takeoff.
I've also mentioned throughout the broadcast here this morning that even though we were going to get the Antonov, you're just joining us, might want to stick around for a little bit longer.
iOS 4250.
Because we're kind of in the waiting period right now with the rest of the morning rush departures getting out of here, but we're here to stick around for the Delta Heavies that'll be departing off to Honolulu, Hawaii, Seoul, South Korea, and Tokyo, Japan. So you got Delta 312 Heavy off to Honolulu. That's with the A330-300. 171 Heavy off to Seoul, South Korea with the so-called CRJ Slayer. There was a nickname given to a A350-900 that we will see shortly on the broadcast that tore off completely, that severed the vertical stabilizer, the tail of a CRJ while taxiing to the runway for takeoff in Atlanta. It's a hairy incident, and it made the rounds. A lot of jokes came as a result of that. So that aircraft, 503DN, November 503 Delta November, that's the registration on that A350-900. Because of that incident, was dubbed the CRJ Slayer. So we'll see that depart. And by the way, our sponsor for our arrival and departure boards, Jet Set shirts, they have a CRJ Slayer t-shirt, by the way, you can go get.
Runway heading cleared for takeoff.
They got a lot of other fun stuff as well, too, including Antonov stuff, by the way. And then, of course, getting back on track here with our departures, Delta 121 Heavy off to Tokyo, Haneda, with the A330-900 Neo. That route, by the way, at the end of this month, will be an A350-900. So the Tokyo route is getting upgraded at the end of the month. And also the early Amsterdam flights, the arrival and the departure will both see an upgauge in equipment to the A350-900 from the A330.
Delta 2849, turn right, heading 230.
Well, we have a brief pause in the action here. We're going to send it to a short break. Don't go anywhere. As MSP Airport Live after the break, we'll have the Delta Heavies for you and the rest of our live plane spotting from Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Welcome to DG Pilot Aviation Collectibles and More and our St. Paul showroom and warehouse. From the time your order is placed until it is delivered to you, our number one goal is to provide you with the best customer service experience. That's why we're excited to take you behind the scenes today at our warehouse to provide you an up-close perspective of our model aircraft delivery experience. Our first step in the model aircraft delivery process takes place after your order is received. Our model aircraft delivery specialist will conduct a detailed inspection of your model for quality control to ensure we provide you with the highest quality products. Each specialist begins the inspection by removing the model from the box and performing a visual inspection of the model, checking features such as the wings, landing gear, and antenna, as well as the overall model for defects. After the inspection is complete, your model is reboxed and then prepared for packing. Each model is then bubble wrapped to provide an extra cushion to prevent any damage during shipping. After the bubble wrap process is complete, the model is then boxed for shipping. Our specialist then reconfirms your model is ready for shipping, attaches a shipping label, and then your model is sent out for delivery. We hope that you'll consider DG Pilot Aviation Collectibles for your model aircraft collecting needs. You can order products online at dgpilot.com or visit our St. Paul showroom where we have hundreds of model aircraft to choose from. From all of us at DG Pilot, thank you for your continued business, loyalty, and support, and happy collecting.
Okay, stand by. We got a reprogram our box here.
Leader 1461, calling owner to the taxi.
Okay, ground up to 2960, exiting on Delta, going to gate Delta 3.
2960, Memphis ground taxi via Delta and Papa.
Delta Papa for gate Delta 3, Delta 2960.
Country 575, yep, if you wouldn't mind expediting down there for me, they want to take 17 here for inspection. Monitor tower 123.67, you'll be the last departure. Expediting 17, country 575, left side. United 752, when you're ready to go, plan runway 30 left.
Plan 30 left, yeah.
Thanks. Sun Country 527, same for you. Depending on how long for de-ice, it might be a 30 left departure for you.
527,
Thanks. And Delta 2274 tower or ground up here, put the numbers in for 30, Delta 1044, Delta, put the numbers in for 30 left.
All right, Roger, 30 left for Delta 1044.
Thanks.
Allegiant 14661, straight taxi, yeah.
Legion 1461, thanks. Runway 30 left taxi via Delta Whiskey.
Whiskey 30 left, Allegiant 1461. Sun Country 527 is ready to taxi.
Country 527, runway 17 de-ice, taxi Delta Sierra Kilo Yankee, cross runway 4.
Delta Sierra Kilo Yankee, cross runway 4, Sun Country 527.
Delta 1590, Memphis ground, push approved, it'll be runway 30 left.
Runway 17, clear for takeoff.
Say it one more time.
Point niner.
Thanks, runway 30 right taxi via Papa. United 752, runway 30 left taxi via Quebec Charlie Alpha. Just use caution when you make the turnaround, there's an ember on Papa. United 752, runway 30 left taxi via Quebec Charlie Alpha, use caution when you turn around, there's a RJ on Papa. Watch the RJ on Papa, Quebec Charlie Alpha to 30 left. Number 5499, taxi Papa.
We're all done with 17. We can show that closed. Any crossing restrictions? Country 575, contact departure.
435, Minneapolis ground, push approved, runway 30 right.
7 out, Jordan, 30 left. 1067 Minneapolis Tower, wind calm, runway 30 left, cleared to land. 30 left, clear for land, go ahead, 1893 Minneapolis Tower, wind calm, runway 30 right, cleared to land. Ground Delta 2274. We can accept 30 left. We're ready, taxi.
Delta 2274, thanks. Runway 30 left, taxi via Alpha Cross, runway 4.
Alpha Cross 4, 230 left, Delta 2274. And Ground Delta 1044 is ready to taxi, Oscar.
Delta 1044, thanks. You'll follow company off your right wing, runway 30 left, taxi via Alpha Cross, runway 4.
Alright, we'll
follow the company up the right, 30 left, next via Alpha, cross runway 4, Delta 1044.
2958, MAP Star, you up and ready? 2958, traffic's at the marker, wind calm, turn right, heading 360, runway 30 right, clear for takeoff.
Secretary 527, call me when you're done, and let's see, 17 is supposed to open at the top of the hour, so if you want, you can plan to wait for that, or it should be pretty close by the time you're done de-icing open.
We'll let you know.
$752, if you hustle down there, looks like you're doing pretty good. They should be able to make that time still. You can go over to tower 126.7, see you. Delta 1044 might be just a slight, or Delta 2274 might be a slight delay when you get down there. Your release now is at 5-5. We can let you go airborne at 5-0. So I'll tell you what, when you get down there, Alpha 3, join Bravo short of Alpha 1 for Delta 2274.
Alpha 3, Bravo, short Alpha 1 for Delta 2274, copy 55 after and possibly 50.
Yep, wheels up at 50.
That works.
Picard 4435, Roger. Let's make a right turn out just to wait for, we're going to wait for your edict time over here on runway 4. So turn right on Delta, taxi via Delta, Charlie 6, and then you're going to turn right on 4 short of Quebec for Picard 4435. Picard 4435, it's taxi via Delta, then Charlie 6, then right on runway 4, on runway 4, hold short of Quebec.
Clear for takeoff.
Welcome back to Minneapolis, St. Paul International Airport for live plane spotting here at MSP Airport Live.
Delta 1067, up ground. Join Delta short of Charlie 5 for me.
Happy to have you here on a fantastic Friday.
Let me know when you're cruiser.
All right, Delta short Charlie 5, we'll let you know when they're there, Delta 1067. Ground up 1590,
Delta 1590, runway 30 left, taxi via Quebec Charlie Alpha.
Quebec Charlie Alpha,
Delta 1067, the Embraer opposite direction won't be a factor.
Copy that, Delta 1067. Delta 2482, 1 to left, the outside taxi.
Delta 2482, runway 30 right, taxi via Papa, cross runway 4.
30 right via Papa, quick cross 4, Delta 2482.
Delta 1044, the instructions I gave you are follow company ahead, but they're going to go on to Bravo. Don't follow them, you'll be in front of them.
I copy that for Delta 1044.
Thanks, see ya.
Yep. 93, turn left at Charlie, contact ground point 9er.
Delta 1493, Maps ground taxi via Charlie and Charlie 5. Actually, Delta 1493, let's go Charlie short of Charlie 6 for now. I gotta get the one on Delta into the alley first.
Short Charlie 6, Delta 752, turn left heading 180, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Delta 1067, we'll just wait for Air Canada. They should be moving out of there shortly.
All right, 1067, thanks. Yeah, we can't quite see the gate from here.
No problem. Delta 1493, tell you what, illusion of movement here. I'm just going to keep you moving. Charlie left on Bravo, left on Delta behind company, and then you can go in when they're clear.
All right, Charlie Bravo, Delta behind company, Delta 1493.
Thanks.
And Delta 1067, tell you what, they're going to, Air Canada will use Charlie 6 out of there, so why don't you pull forward, so, well, it's not going to be able to get this locked up. 1044, wind calm, turn left heading 180, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff. 180.
Jared, 4435 for you, planning purposes, we can have you wheels up at 13 after the hour, so plan to taxi about 5 minutes prior.
.274, Maps Tower, you up. 2274 and taxi up 2, but hold short of runway 30 left. Got to release in about 2 minutes.
30 left, about 2 minutes, Delta 2274.
Contact departure, good day.
Departure, good day, Delta 1044. 1067 after Air Canada exits, taxi to the gate.
Alright, behind Air Canada, the gate, Delta 1067, have a good day.
You too, thanks. Keyline 5110, Minneapolis ground, push approved, runway 30 right.
All right, folks. Hope our connection has been
Delta 41093 to your gate disable.
somewhat stabilized here. We just had a network blip, which happens from time to time. Now, if the network continues to be difficult, we're going to call it prematurely, unfortunately, which may end up being the case here, and I may end up just making that executive decision right now.
274.
But I think the big thing,
wind is calm, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
of course, right as the 30 left takeoff start.
Delta 2492, turn left at Mike, contact ground, point 9er.
So I'm going to try and troubleshoot some network stuff here, and we will continue to see how things either improve or continue to be worse. We're working on it right now.
Right, clear for takeoff.
So bear with us here.
492, Memphis ground taxi via pop across runway 4.
We have to sort out these issues.
Pop across runway 4, and we'll give way to Air Canada there, Delta 2492.
Jet 716 Delta from the left gives way to you.
Taxi, give way, Jet.
It'll be runway 17. It should be, it's going to be opening in 8 minutes, so it should be just fine.
Okay, push through for 17, we're set forward on there. Back 39. 2482, contact departure on the 300, heading good day. Wind is calm, turn left heading 180, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Left turn 1, still clear. 30 left. Country 621, Memphis ground, push approved, runway 30 left.
Push approved 30 left, the country 621.
Delta 2462, Memphis ground, good morning, push approved, runway 17.
Minneapolis Tower, wind calm, runway 30 right, cleared to land. 17, open up.
Sun Country 527, that'll be just fine. Are you ready to taxi now?
Yeah, we're ready.
Sun Country 527, thanks. Runway 17, taxi via Zulu and, Zulu and Kilo.
Zulu Kilo 1.
All right, folks. I've tried just about every trick in the book here, so we're gonna say goodbye for now, and we will be back with Anyways, as I was saying, have a great flight, Delta. So we're going to sign off here prematurely. Our connection is not stable enough where we can continue broadcasting from MSP International, so we're going to get that
16, Roger. One more
sorted
arrival, I'll
out.
get you going.
But we appreciate your viewership here today, and we look forward to the next installment of MSP Airport Live. And for Logan Justice, that guested with me earlier, I'm Alex Redding. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
5110, runway 30 right, taxi via Papa.
Turn left, heading 180.
And we will see you
180, 1590.
on the next episode
1590
of
contact,
MSP
departure.
Airport Live.
Departure 1590.
Should be a little bit better of a connection, hopefully. So, yeah, looking forward to then. See you, folks. Have a great weekend ahead. We will hopefully catch you on the next episode of MSP Airport Live. Take care.